Well, we'll even tuck you in.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gate. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, they bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, wood fences. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. Football is the only sport that deals with really extreme weather. And we all say we love it, especially snow games. But this weekend it's tough. The high-flying Dolphins go to KC in what could be one of the 5 coldest games in NFL history. And Steelers and Bills might end up playing in hurricane-like winds. So we have bad weather, no offense, minus the awesome visuals of snowflakes. Sounds good in theory, but I expect a couple of tough watches in Super Wildcard Weekend. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Did you know some ordinary cold medicines can raise your blood pressure? That's alarming! Fortunately, there's Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. It's specially formulated without alcohol, sugar, or decongestants to provide fast, powerful cold and flu symptom relief for people with high blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, try DayQuil High Blood Pressure, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, colds, and flu for people with high blood pressure medicine. Use as directed and keep out of reach of children.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group, recovering millions at damages for personal injury clients throughout East Tennessee. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group so they can help you get the help you need. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Fires the ball down the middle. Jason Swain!
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown!
From the Budweiser Studios of 99.1 The Sports Animal, here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Friday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us today. We're excited to be with you this afternoon for the next 3 hours to get you ready for the weekend. There's a lot happening in the sports world. College football world is active. Coaches are out there getting raises, it would appear, in some cases. Tennessee is out there pursuing players for 2024 and beyond. Tennessee basketball will be on the road again this weekend.
Does Georgia have a big man? That's good. That's the question, Josh.
It's been problematic to this point.
Yeah, to this point. Doesn't mean that it can't be addressed as the young players, Estrella and Phillips, grow, mature, and they'll be ready to play later in the season. Hopefully it's sooner than later. But I think Tennessee will handle business this weekend against a Georgia program that's better than they've been in the past, but still not to the level of Tennessee. And I just don't see Tennessee losing 2 back-to-back games to anyone in the SEC. I just don't see it at this point. So get back in the win column this weekend. If you're Tennessee football, you're trying to recruit. I know there's one player that hit that decommitment button, and that is Ryan Williams, 5-star receiver.
Who might make his way to Knoxville.
Really?
Just might.
Got some good sources, huh? That was your sources telling you?
Yes, he joins us on Wednesdays.
Got some good sources there, Josh Ward. I might need to listen to your sources.
Recommend it?
Yeah. So I felt like the receiver position needed some TLC from last year. He addressed bringing in a couple of guys, but when you can put yourself in a position and get the best available, regardless of position, you gotta swing. Now, quarterback, I understand, be a little bit different because you have Nico, and it's hard to expect the quarterback to want to come in and sit this year. But any day now, Tennessee might get some news about the 2015 quarterback.
Yeah, 2025 QB George McIntyre. Nico's presence for the 24 season affects Tennessee's ability to go out and get somebody else that would be of high caliber. But if you're going after a 5-star wide receiver and he sees other talented receivers that have just joined the roster, well, receivers are used to joining up with other talented receivers. You came in a class that included Robert Meacham and Brett Smith.
Correct.
Who were highly touted, well thought of receivers coming from Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, I honestly thought I was better than them, so it didn't really bother me that they was coming. And honestly, I didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah, your time was a little different than today.
Yeah, I found out on signing day, and I knew about Brett Smith because Brett was on the West team with the U.S. All-American Bowl. I had no idea who Meacham was. I just saw that he was rated high, but I was rated high too. So, and there's multiple receiver positions, so it just didn't really matter. A little bit different now with kind of keeping a tabs on who else could sign, who else the team is recruiting that you're talking to. And it's different because you're not going to play 7 or 8 receivers in the course of a football game because of the tempo, and you got to be one of those top 3. But I'm pretty sure Ryan Williams feels like he is better than anybody on our roster.
Was it Meacham that Turk McBride wanted to punch? Am I mixing up the names there? When they met each other on campus?
Yeah. Turk McBride wanted to punch Meacham because Turk start calling some of the players in the 2003 class. And quite frankly, Turk wanted to call people that he thought were black. Turk McBride is from Camden, New Jersey. And so he really never been around anyone else besides the people that look like himself. And so he just felt more comfortable calling folks for the first time people who he thought was black. He saw Jason Swain from Alabama and automatically assumed that I was white and did not call me. But he called Robert Meacham. He's like, oh, yeah, this is a brother. I'm going to call Meacham. So he called Meacham, and Beverly Meacham, Robert's beautiful mom, picked up the phone, and Turk explained, hey, I'm Turk McBride. I'm coming to Tennessee. I just want to call around and meet some of the players that are signing. And she's like, oh, okay, baby. And let me go get him. So Turk was on hold. Turk could hear Beverly, Meacham's mom, calling Robert, saying, hey, Robert, there's a phone call for you. And Robert is heard by Turk saying, who is it? Who is it? Beverly tells Meacham, it's Turk. Robert responds, I don't know no Turk. Who is Turk? I don't know Turk. I don't know who that is. Turk overhears this. He starts getting upset. Like, man, he trying to act like I'm a nobody. Keep in mind, Turk knew that Meacham was a highly rated player. Mm-hmm. Turk was a 3-star player. So Turk was like, all right, you're going to know who I am when I see you. So when we reported, I pulled up. I was a receiver. He automatically assumed that I was Meacham. So he looking at me ready to throw some hands. We get into our first class, all the freshmen, some easy class during summer, and everyone is going around the room introducing themselves. And Robert Meacham stands up, the real Robert Meacham stands up, introduce himself, and Turk is like, oh, what? Wait a minute. I thought you were Meacham. And then obviously they meet. We kick it off. We all best buds to this day. But that's a story, and that's why Turk didn't like Meacham at first.
Perhaps Robert was upstairs on his computer or whatever, and he types in the class's name of commitments, and he types in Turk doesn't see it, because you can still go to his rival's profile, and it says Claude McBride. He is still listed as Claude McBride, not Turk, as he was known by everybody. And the roster probably said when he got to Tennessee, Turk McBride, not Claude.
I got an idea. How about you call Turk Claude?
That's a bad idea.
I want you to call him Claude and see what happens.
Knowing how he responded to something that he didn't see as a compliment, I will not do that.
Dude, you should have been there when we found out his first name was Claude. Like, oh, hold on now. Hold on. He was like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. He used to always remind us, I can fight. I can fight. Don't do it.
He signed with Tennessee at 6'4", 235. That was before he made it to the Tennessee weight room and played in the NFL. So, yeah, I'm good over here. Turk it is.
There's several success stories, but I don't know if there's another one in my class that is more significant than Turk McBride. Someone that came to New Jersey, that was at one point one of the myrtle capitals of the world, came to Knoxville. And you have to understand something. When a player comes to college, like, the tools that they have in high school is different than everybody else's. So, like, I was fortunate enough to go to a high school that was pretty advanced when you compare them to other high schools, but it's in Alabama, so keep that in mind. He comes to Knoxville, and we're writing, like, a paper, and, like, he's so frustrated. And we're in Thornton Center, and because I had more tools available to me, like, I could see he was frustrated. I sat down with him. I helped him kind of. Like, he wrote like one big paragraph. It's like a whole page, like with no punctuation. And he don't mind me telling the story because he laughs at himself now. But like, that's how we kicked it off, become best friends. But he was so frustrated, he just didn't know. To now, Turk was a second-round pick, made a lot of money, saved it, but he got his master's degree in business after Tennessee at the University of Miami. So like, when you think about NIL and the transfer portal, and I know the game is different, but at the end of the day, college can change your life because it can put you in an environment that can help develop you into someone that you didn't think you can be when you were from your hometown or you were living at your hometown. Like, the resources are endless. So just one of the coolest stories I've been a part of and been able to witness.
From the class of 03 at Tennessee, we'll continue the conversation next to 03 class member Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. We'll talk Vols heading into the weekend in hoops. Tennessee getting ready for Georgia on the road on Saturday. We'll talk Tennessee's next move in football. Questions already coming in. Hey, when do we see the next player added to Tennessee's 24 roster in an official capacity? We'll get to that. Another former teammate of Jason Swain's at Tennessee in the news today. We'll talk about that on today's show and invite you to join us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900 as we continue on this Friday afternoon on Josh and Swain.
99.1 The Sports Animal is always as close as your phone. Download our Sports Animal app, and we're there 24/7.
Josh, I want to tell you about Slam Dot, local business, locally owned and operated, helping other businesses grow, helping businesses grow by reaching more customers and growing in terms of what you offer, how you present yourself as a business, with a new website, with your digital marketing, with your ability to reach customers through targeted ads. If somebody is searching for something that you offer, service, product, they are more likely to find you thanks to the work from SlamDot and how they can set you up to be in front of future customers. You can sit down with the team at SlamDot. They have a team in-house available for you that's going to be responsive for you when you need them, and they can learn more about your business with a free upfront consultation. Call SlamDot, mention that I sent you there. They'll give you 20% off a website package and your first 3 months of marketing. Call SlamDot at 865-238-5600 or go online to slamdot.com/Josh.
This has been a paid announcement.
For the love of Tennessee at dawn. For the love of the fight. For the love of having nowhere else you'd rather be. For the love of Tennessee. Travel safe. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Shopping for an auto loan? Shopping for a vehicle is easy the ATFCU way. Talk to Alcoa 10 before you shop so you can hit the lots with a same-day pre-approved loan. And you can get behind the wheel of that new or used car or truck. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
There's a beauty in your future, I can see it up ahead. It's the very same model you've been seeing in your head. Ted Russell Nissan, we got it going on.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Buy any new Nissan from us and you will receive a lifetime warranty. And that's a long, long time. If you can drive it, we can warrant it. Ted Russell Nissan, home with a lifetime warranty on Kingston Pike.
We got it going on.
For 50 years, Waters Equipment New Holland has been the name you've trusted for all your heavy equipment and service needs. Waters Equipment is your full-service New Holland equipment dealer, offering a large selection of new and rental equipment, along with state-of-the-art service center that is second to none. Stop by one of their 2 locations in Maryville and put their decades of experience to work for you. Call 238-9000 or visit watersequipmentco.com. Waters Equipment New Holland, the best in heavy-duty equipment and vehicle maintenance, proud supporters of UT Athletics.
It's time to transform your old, outdated kitchen into the dream space you and your family want. Kitchen Sales can make those dreams a reality. Kitchen Sales carries the largest selection of fine kitchen and bathroom cabinetry that ranges from a more affordable line all the way up to a fully custom line. See the selection for yourself at one of their 2 amazing showrooms, Hoyt Avenue, just off Cherry Street, and in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy. For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen Sales, cabinets and countertops. We are the place to shop. Come on down.
All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from 2 guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain, thanks for being with us. Hope you're having a great Friday. Fridays are good.
Fridays are awesome.
We like them.
We love Fridays. Sometimes they're bittersweet because when good stuff happens on Friday, you want to be able to talk about it the next day. You kind of can't because you don't work on Saturdays. But Fridays are awesome, man.
I'll meet you here tomorrow if you want to. Just come on in. I've got to get approval for that, by the way.
I'm good, man.
I'm not authorized.
I got other stuff to do.
Mike Norvell has more to do at Florida State. In the last 10 minutes, he shared on the popular platform to do it these days, Twitter/X. He will remain at Florida State.
he's crazy. He should have crawled to Tuscaloosa if he could. But maybe they didn't want him. And maybe he just said, you know what? This is a chance to market my program, market myself, even though I know I'm not going to get the job. Or maybe they wanted him. I don't know. But still, regardless of the situation, it's a good time for him to market his program. But if I'm him, I would want to be at Alabama.
Maybe he wanted to stay around to console the NIL collective that the program's going to have to disassociate itself from for a year.
Yeah, that makes
coming from the NCAA. That news coming last night.
Yeah, I would have sprinted away from Tuscaloosa. I mean Tallahassee to Tuscaloosa.
Maybe do some flight tracking. Yesterday, Chris Lowe came on the show and said his top two guesses, the top two candidates for the job, would be Mike Norvell or Kalen DeBoer at Washington. Steve Sarkisian put out a post on Twitter, not that he was going to Alabama, but saying that he won't. He's going to remain at Texas. Dan Lanning did that yesterday at Oregon. Now Mike Norvell at Florida State. This morning could mean nothing, could mean something. Kalen DeBoer had a radio interview scheduled in, I believe, Seattle, but up in Washington, and that interview was canceled. So we'll see if anything occurs there with Kalen DeBoer. He is the coach that everybody seems to be watching right now.
Yeah, I saw what Joel Klatt, Fox Sports, said that he would be surprised if it wasn't Kalen DeBoer as the head coach at Alabama. So, of course, it impacts us as Tennessee fans. I know the last 2 days has been about Nick Saban, and it can be a little too much, but this is a huge deal. Tennessee's been able to host already a former Bama player or a player from Bama that's in the portal. Tennessee has the opportunity to take advantage of Nick Saban retiring and targeting five-star receiver Ryan Williams, that best receiver in the country. Like, you now have a chance because Nick Saban retired. So this 1,000% affects Tennessee, and you should keep up with what goes on with your biggest rival and who they hire. 100%. Because I bet you Bama fans, when Coach Fulmer got fired, they were celebrating, and they was wondering who was going to replace Coach Fulmer, because they were like, whew, man, this dude's been beating our butts for way too long, man. Hopefully they get somebody that we can beat. And they did.
They got that.
Yeah,
they got that.
We did. We got plenty of coaches that Alabama could beat.
Gerard Mayo got the Patriots job.
Hey, hold on, put my coffee back down. Man, I'm so happy for Gerard Mayo. If you know him, you know he's ready for this job. You're not surprised by him getting this job. He is getting the green light after arguably the greatest coach in NFL history is leaving. Like, think about how powerful that is. That the people around the organization, the players, personnel, everybody feels good about Mayo replacing a legend in Bill Belichick. And Mayo is younger than me. I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm young. We see many coaches who are in their late 30s, but still, we don't see a lot of them. And he is getting the nod over a Mike Vrabel, who seems like the obvious choice, but no, it is Gerard Mayo. I'm so thrilled for him. I'm happy for the NFL, because you now have some better diversity. Another minority coach hired. I think that's important. But I'm even more excited that he's a VFL, and I knew he wanted to take a look at the Tennessee job the couple times it was open. But he is where he needs to be at the NFL level with the Patriots, and I'm now a Patriots fan.
Why or how did Gerard Mayo make this happen with his career, from being a first-round pick to being a terrific player for the Patriots to transitioning to coaching to still this early in his coaching career being the guy they choose? How did he make this happen? What about him?
It's always who he's been. From the moment I met him, was on an official visit. We was on the Strip. We was in Ortiz. And many of us was getting it in at night, was having a good old time. You know, you got a host of recruits. You got to make sure they have a good time. But something was different about Mayo, because when you have recruits come in, they on the dance floor, they see some college females, like they in paradise. They having a good time. They not around their parents, so they ready to open up, go full throttle. Mayo was sitting down, like he was at the bar, but like he was sitting down because that was the only place it was a chair. But he had water. He obviously should have water, right? He was in high school, duh. But he just wasn't interested in that scene. And he was talking ball. When he got here, he just was different. He just was different, super mature. But when it was his time, redshirt freshman against Cal, like he showed out, rocking the number 7. He was drafted 10th overall, and the reason why is because, physically he can run, he can tackle, extremely smart, but he was a Patriot guy. Like Bill Belichick saw himself, I think, in Mayo, and that's why he drafted him. If you drafted by the Patriots, that's probably why. You either really, 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 really good, they really have a need, or like you fit the mold. And Mayo fit the mold. So he went from playing straight to coaching. He's been with one organization, and because of the way he has carried himself and conducted himself, it's why he's in the position that he's in right now. So this is no surprise for anyone that knows Mayo. Like, dude was about his business from day one. The moment I met him when he was a senior in high school on his official visit, I'm not surprised at all. But I'm happy for him, and I hope he puts together all Tennessee staff. Bring in Hardegree, Cooter, bring in all the T. Martin, bring all the dudes who are in the NFL with Tennessee ties. Let's get all Tennessee staff in Boston. Let's do it.
Okay. Sounds like Swain's about to become Jason Sexton over here. He wants some commissions.
Hey, I don't mind. I don't mind being a little Jason Sexton, but I like the way Jason Swain rings.
It works.
It rings a little bit better.
It works. We will ring Barrett Sallee of CBSSports.com when we come back to talk college football. We have a lot to cover with Barrett next, but Gerard Mayo, who we'll talk about again as the afternoon goes along, a VFL, former Tennessee football player for the University of Tennessee, and for Tennessee fans to be very proud of. He's the head coach of the New England Patriots.
Wow.
We'll come back and talk to Barrett Sallee next here on Josh and Swain.
Now you can text the sports animal. Try it out. 865-656-9900. Text us. 865-656-9900. That's 865-656-9900 to text the sports animal. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the sports animal.
Former Tennessee linebacker Gerard Mayo has been named the successor to Bill Belichick as the head coach of the New England Patriots. Mayo was an All-SEC selection at Tennessee under Philip Fulmer before the Patriots drafted him 10th overall in 2008. Mayo spent his entire 8-year playing career with the Patriots and later became a member of their staff. He had served as the team's inside linebackers coach for the last 5 seasons. The Knoxville Ice Bears are in action tonight at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum as they take on the Evansville Thunderbolts. Puck drop is at 7:35. NBA games tonight at 7:30. Sixers host the Kings. Pacers visit the Hawks. The Rockets take on the Pistons. The Magic get the Heat at 8 o'clock. That's when the Grizzlies host the Clippers and the Warriors visit the Bulls. Timberwolves take on the Trailblazers and the Hornets visit the Spurs. At 9:30, the Jazz host the Raptors and the Pelicans get the Nuggets at 10 o'clock. And tomorrow, Tennessee visits Georgia in SEC play. Tip-off is at noon. Catch the game right here on 99.1, The Sports Animal. I'm Joel Silverberg.
It's that time to start looking for a new vehicle. Well, you want to go to someone that wants to earn your business. That is Freedom Motors. It doesn't matter if it's your first time on the lot or it's your second or third or fourth time on the lot. They'll make sure to work with you to find that right vehicle. Make sure that it's at the right price for you, the right financing also for you. Freedom Motors uses their local power with credit unions to make sure that you get the best deal possible on your next ride. Freedom Motors on Maynardville, Pike, and Halls, they have a full selection of cars, trucks, vans, campers, RVs, and power sports vehicles. Whatever you need, they got you. Every vehicle comes with a 90-day warranty, and your financing is guaranteed. Freedom Motors can bring the vehicle right to your front door. You can check out their selection on Maynardville Pike or online at freedommotors.tn.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
LehmanJewelers.com. I remember when I was a little boy, and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well-tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
This afternoon, we are tracking pockets of heavy rain, isolated stronger storms, and those gusty winds. We got gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour widespread, really throughout the majority of the afternoon and into those evening hours. We'll see those highs near 57 degrees, cooling off to 29 overnight. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Schwartz. We continue on this Friday afternoon, and we go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline this segment to welcome Barrett Sallee of CBSSports.com, covering the world of college football, which, Barrett, I think largely is focused on what will happen in Tuscaloosa. We're almost 2 days removed from the news that Nick Saban is retiring. We have several coaches sharing that they will be staying at their respective schools. Kalen DeBoer has not done that yet. Is that where the watch is right now, what happens with Washington's coach, or where else might the conversation be right now?
Yeah, I think it's obviously, Kalen DeBoer. Look, anytime you see coaches bowing out of coaching searches, usually it's because they've already got their guy. I don't necessarily know in this case if that's completely accurate, but I think certainly you can make that assumption. Now, connect some more dots. Kalen DeBoer cancels his radio appearance that was scheduled for today. So, you have that out there too. So, yeah, I think it is Kalen DeBoer, but we've seen these coaches, 3 of them, in fact, Dan Lanning, Steve Sarkisian, and now Mike Norvell, use this as a way to get more money, get raises, get extensions. So at this point, could Kalen DeBoer be doing the same thing? Well, he hired Jimmy Sexton in November, so you never know at this point.
What do you think of that idea for DeBoer, who has a good thing going at Washington? They're headed to the Big Ten. Alabama has everything that's obvious. If you're trying to win, you're also trying to replace what Nick Saban has done if you step into that role.
I think for him, he's a winner. Winners win. And I think the idea that you have to have ties to the South, to the SEC, I think a lot of ADs have sort of decided against that, because if you can get a guy like Kalen DeBoer who has won at an elite level wherever he's gone, there's nothing to suggest that'll change, especially for a guy who literally just played for the national championship. So he can do it at the highest level. You're going to have a staff with some guys with local ties. There's no doubt about that. Regional ties. There's no doubt about that. But I'd be fine with it. I think that Alabama fans are sort of warming up to the idea as well. His reputation is not going to change if he can't win at Alabama all that much. His reputation will change in a big, big way if he wins at Alabama. So, it does seem like it's focused in that direction right now. And if that falls apart, or DeBoer's just using Alabama for a raise or an extension, then my goodness, we are headed for one of the wildest coaching searches of all time.
Barrett Sallee, CBS Sports. NCAA making Florida State a little bit of a example when it comes to NIL. What's been your opinions on the violations that Florida State's facing?
I have a little bit of a different view of it. When the laws were changed, the state of Florida was one of the first ones to do it. And I think because of that, and the NCAA even said this back then, they were really, really focused on how the state of Florida is going about things. At the same time, drafting their own legislation, the NCAA. So to me, I think this is sort of a product of that, because the NCAA does not have a very big enforcement staff. So if the first law was drafted in the state of Florida, why not focus on that? Now, Florida State, obviously they didn't follow the letter of the law, and they deserve to be punished. But are they doing anything that's out of the ordinary? I don't think so. To me, it's just more a case of where the NCAA focused their attention and really was forced to focus their attention, and that is on the state of Florida.
Mike Norvell is staying there at FSU. What's the future of that school, that program, the ACC, I guess, if you want to lump it all together, considering their issues with the conference, while they're now facing this issue, at least in the short term, with the NCAA penalties coming for their NIL or their collective?
I don't think there's that big of a deal when it comes to that. I think the focus is still going to be there, obviously, and the restrictions are going to hurt a little bit. But to me, he can win at a high level. He can rebuild a roster. He's very creative offensively. He has a great coaching staff. Is this going to derail the program's success? No. But Florida State getting out of the ACC is something that needs to happen. He's pushing for, and ultimately, I think that will tell the tale, whether he sticks around and even longer. But I think he feels like he can win a national championship and make the college football playoff virtually every season at Florida State. So if that's the case, why not stay? I mean, if you can win the ACC every year and essentially assure yourself of a first-round bye almost every year, that's a really good gig, even if it is in a conference that not necessarily is up to par.
Barrett, is Michigan a good thing for college football, the fact that they won a national championship?
Yeah, it is. It's new blood, it's fresh blood going into an era where that conference is going to essentially be one of the Power Two. So if you have a conference that is comparable to the SEC, or at least you have some top end teams that are comparable to the top end of the SEC, yeah, it's going to bring a little bit more parity. And parity is very subjective in college football, right? Because it's usually been just one conference. Mm-hmm. So if you have another that is up there, then I think everybody wins, especially since the Big Ten is a national conference at this point. So I think it's fine. Plus, it's Michigan. It's Jim Harbaugh. It's obviously the winningest program of all time. So yeah, it's absolutely good for college football headed into the new era. And I can't wait to see what happens with Michigan in the new look Big Ten, even if it's without Jim Harbaugh, because it should be a lot of fun.
Barrett Lee, CBS Sports, in the post-Nick Saban era at Alabama, are there schools in the SEC that you think might benefit more than others with him leaving the Crimson Tide?
Well, Georgia for sure. I mean, obviously with what Kirby has built there. I think another one to me is Ole Miss, as long as Lane Kiffin stays there, because he's built that program to a point where they won 11 games for the first time in program history. He is the portal king, and that is now a very desirable place for skill position players. So all those things considered, it's big for them. They're not going to overtake Alabama most likely, but they can get into a spot where they're competing for a playoff spot almost every single season. And certainly Texas benefits in a big way because they've got their guy, they've got their philosophy, they've got all the money, they've got the power of the state of Texas in terms of high school power. Coming into the SEC is going to be a lot easier for Texas now. Because Alabama without Nick Saban, Alabama with Nick Saban they took care of. Alabama without Nick Saban is it certainly means that Texas can come in and make the SEC championship game relatively soon, based on, at least earlier than I think a lot of us maybe thought when we found out what the new format is.
Barrett Lee, CBS Sports. What the heck is going on the plains? Cadillac. Carnell Williams stepping down, walking away. That's a school where at one point he was the interim head coach. I didn't think he would ever leave Auburn, and now he's gone. What happened?
Yeah, Zach Etheridge too, going to Houston, and he's a former Auburn player as well. I think they're two separate sort of situations. I think for Carnell, he was sort of stuck because obviously he was the interim head coach, but he was kept on almost immediately by Hugh Freeze. But now it seems like Hugh Freeze is going to call the plays. So Carnell went from head coach to position coach when at the very least he feels like he should be offensive coordinator. So the upward mobility I think just wasn't there. It's like any corporation, right? If you get stuck in a position and you can't move up, what do? You go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what it is there. And I think for Zach Etheridge, more of a fast track to being a head coach at Houston. Because I think he's comfortable with that area. He's been in that area before, and kind of again, the upward mobility wasn't there at Auburn. He didn't get maybe the job he wanted as defensive coordinator, so might as well move on. So I think too much has been made out of it. Honestly, if it's anybody other than Hugh Freeze as the head coach of Auburn, would anybody really care all that much? I don't think so.
Barrett, your accountability column is up, I do believe.
It is. It went up about an hour ago.
So at the end of the year, if you want to look back, some run from their predictions. Barrett Lee will show them to you. Go to CBSSports.com, read what he got right, what he got wrong from this past college football season. CBSSports.com as they continue to cover what's happening in the sport. It doesn't stop now, 12 months out of the year. Barrett, we appreciate the time. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, y'all. See you.
Barrett Salee joins us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
I don't blame Cardell. And I don't blame Hugh Freeze.
These situations are often not easy on a program or the former player if he's there coaching at his alma mater.
Hey, man.
He knows that.
Mike McCarthy started calling plays, Cowboys, and they're better. Sometimes you got to do it yourself if you want it to be done right. And I don't know about giving the play calling duties to someone that I just started working with after a year. Maybe if you was working with me for multiple years, then I would feel better about you taking over play calling. But they just worked together that 1 year last year. So, I mean, I get Hugh Freeze taking over play calling duties and not allowing Carnell to be the OC. So I get both sides. I think he left on good terms. I'll never forget his interview with Cole Kublik after winning. I thought that was really, really special. And you got to do what's best for your career at the end of the day. You are a coach. And, like, when I think about the idea of coaching, I told you a story about having the opportunity to do that when I finished up playing. Like, I want to coach at my school. I don't want to coach at any other school. And Carnell was able to coach at his school for multiple head coaches. But if you want to be a head coach, you may have to leave for other opportunities. And so that's what he's going to have to do.
You imagine Alabama or Auburn or Florida wide receivers coach Jason Swain? I guess I do have a photo where I could imagine Florida assistant coach Jason Swain. But
I mean, you could, yeah. But
that's not to be mentioned.
Well, I think when you are GA, because that's where you start, and you're trying to be on the field, you're trying to be a head coach or position coach or a coordinator, if you have to leave your school to go do it, like at that moment, you're okay. Like you don't have to be a coach at your school. And like I remember, Robert Gillespie being a former Gator running back. I mean, he's coached all over the SEC.
Yeah,
all over the place. And I mean, he's at Alabama now, and I mean, if there was an opportunity to open up at Florida State that was better, I'm sure he'll take that. And Jay Graham was at Alabama.
And it's South Carolina before coming back to Tennessee.
Yeah, like, Travars, I want to say Travars Robertson, T-Rob, defense coordinator down there in Alabama, or DB coach at Alabama. I mean, he played at Auburn. Yeah, and it don't get more weird than that. So I think when you're a coach, you got to go to the best opportunity, period, for your career, no matter what school it is. I know one thing, T. Martin would never go to Alabama. And he told Nick Saban no. That's why he's my hero.
T. Martin, big opportunity, by the way, with the 1 seed, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, sir.
In the NFL playoffs. They begin this weekend. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk more Tennessee getting ready for football in 2024 when we come back right here on Josh and Swain.
I've heard it said that streaming these sports animal has replaced the old wanna Netflix and chill. Well, it was me that said that, but I've heard it said. I do spend most evenings alone now that I think about it.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
A new year and the possibilities, they're absolutely endless. Who knows what's going to happen this year? But if you find yourself Needing a beautiful piece of jewelry at any time? You need my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers. TK Wheeler is located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. And they have been in business for over 40 years. They have been part of people's special birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations. You know, I turned 40 last year and got a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet from TK Wheeler Jewelers that can actually be customized even further, added to, so to speak. And it doesn't matter if you're thinking about popping the big question or whatever that special occasion is. In 2024, TK Wheeler Jewelers is going to take great care of you. And if you can't find exactly what you're looking for, sit down with Terry himself and let him design and build a beautiful, custom, heirloom quality piece of jewelry. It's more affordable than you would think. Special moments call for special jewelry, and that calls for a special jewelry store. TK Wheeler Jewelers.
There's a beauty in your future, I can see it up ahead. It's the very same model you've been seeing in your head. Ted Russell Nissan, we got it going on.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. When you buy a new Nissan from Knoxville's Nissan Leader, we'll warranty it for as long as you can drive it. Now, every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
We got it going on.
Hi, it's me, Tracy King at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and you'll receive your home's highest cash offers in seconds. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and start packing.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer, to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
Cumulus Digital.
I'm Michael Jacobs, helping you beat the book with BetQL. Super Wild Card Weekend is upon us, and while the BetQL model isn't high on any sides this weekend, it does like a total in an AFC matchup. Pittsburgh heads to Buffalo to take on the Bills, and while the weather is expected to be cold and windy, the BetQL model still thinks the Bills will be able to move the football. With the lowest game total on the board this weekend, the BetQL model is going with the over between the Steelers and Bills on Sunday afternoon. It's Bet Smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Wherever you are listening, however you are checking out the show, we are live on 99.1 The Sports Animal, as well as AM 640 in the Tri-Cities. We're on the Sports Monster. We've had a fun first week connecting in the Tri-Cities, and we'll do that each day with you from 12 until 3. You can listen wherever you stream. You can listen on demand. Anywhere you get your podcast, search Josh and Swain. You can do that each and every day, thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. We invite you to join us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900. We have had a couple of questions come in saying, hey, when are we getting an official announcement from offensive tackle Lance Hurd, transfer from LSU?
I'm waiting too.
I don't know if this is a factor. Austin Price brought it up 2 days ago when he joined the show, and he said not necessarily a factor with this guy, but in some cases with announcements, players are waiting on their graphic to be edited and finished. And that's not an exaggeration, so he may or may not be waiting on a graphic to be done so he can post it on his social media. Evan Stewart posted his announcement yesterday that he's going to Oregon, and he had one done up fancy by Hayes Fawcett from On3. So I don't know if that's the case or not, but the expectation is that Lance Hurd will announce he's headed to Tennessee. There is no expectation of when he will make that announcement.
Don't wait on Hayes Fawcett. This is what you need to do, recruits. You need to holler at Joker Phillips. He can do up a great graphic for you. He uses this new program called MS Paint on his Dell computer, and he'll whip it up for you. It won't take long at all. He has experience, by the way, which is important. So, Joker Phillips, that's who you need to holler at. He's really good at this type of stuff. Have you seen his work, Josh?
I've seen it.
It's pretty good stuff, ain't it?
Pretty good, yeah. Do you think I could match that level of edit and graphic production?
With your eyes closed. Yeah.
So I don't know if I offered a good answer there, but nothing has changed that I've heard. I believe that you've heard on Lance Hurd. He is expected to come play for Tennessee. The question will be on the left side or the right side, but I think there's a good chance he's on the left side with John Campbell Jr. on the right side. That's to be figured out officially.
Yeah. And for those that missed the Joker Phillips joke, Google Joker Phillips, come play with the Joker graphic. Is when he was a receiver coach with the Gators, and he put together like a Facebook Marketplace ad or like a Craigslist ad for receiver recruits to come play at Florida. And I guess he thought that he was going to do it. Huh?
The one on the moon is good.
I guess he thought that he was not going to wait on the graphics department. He was going to just do it himself, which was a terrible idea.
Hashtag come play WR wide receiver for the Joker.
For the Joker. Which is a terrible ad. Because I'm not playing for you. I'm not playing for you. I'm playing for me. I'm playing for my family. I'm playing for my teammates and stuff too. But, like, that's not going to get me to come to play receiver for you. It'd be one thing if you were, receiver coach like Brian Hartline or somebody who's put in multiple players to the NFL at the receiver position. Well, if you're like Nick Saban and you have an NFL factory and you say, hey, come play for me, Joker Phillips, man. I'm going to stop.
Hashtag come talk sports with Josh and Swain over the next 2 hours. 865-656-9900 to join us. We'll continue on Josh and Swain.
Did you know that Ingles sells more organics than any other store? Or that they run their own dairy? Or that they only serve USDA choice and prime meat? Did you know that they have more local craft beer than any place else? Or that they have Energy Smart stores? Or that they professionally slice and package imported cheese from Europe? Did you know about their giant international aisle, local farm partnerships, curbside pickup, wine department? Or that they donate 3,956 meals a day to local food banks? Well, now you do. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear, we'll change your water. It'll change your life.
This is Heath Schuler. Join me Monday mornings at 8:15 for the Monday Morning Quarterback, presented exclusively by East Tennessee Children's Hospital. A top choice for moms and the best place to work for 85 years and counting. Monday mornings at 8:15 on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-929-2121. That's 1-800-929-2121. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-929-2121. That's 1-800-929-2121.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
When your business information is missing or inconsistent across the internet, search engines won't find you, and customers won't either. Help ensure customers see you and not your competitors. Boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
I remember when I was a little boy, and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well-tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Having properly functioning plumbing, HVAC, and electrical systems in your home is essential. That's why Hiller is offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work. Don't wait until small issues become critical. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. Football is the only sport that deals with really extreme weather. And we all say we love it, especially snow games. But this weekend is tough. The high-flying Dolphins go to KC in what could be one of the 5 coldest games in NFL history. And Steelers and Bills might end up playing in hurricane-like winds. So we have bad weather, no offense, minus the awesome visuals of snowflakes. Sounds good in theory, but I expect a couple of tough watches in Super Wildcard Weekend. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Did you know some ordinary cold medicines can raise your blood pressure? That's alarming! Fortunately, there's Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. It's specially formulated without alcohol, sugar, or decongestants to provide fast, powerful cold and flu symptom relief for people with high blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, try DayQuil High Blood Pressure, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, colds, and flu for people with high blood pressure medicine. Use as directed and keep out of reach of children.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town who'll help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. Hope you're having a great Friday. Doing with a little afternoon weather in East Tennessee. Drive safely out there. We have a lot to cover still. After 1 hour, we'll circle back to a few of the items we've hit on NFL playoffs coming up. Speaking of weather, that'll be worth paying attention to. Peacock for the Chiefs-Dolphins game. PSA out there for everybody.
Well, guess I won't be watching the Chiefs-Dolphins game. I'll get Peacock for the Vols when they play Wisconsin.
That 1 month sign up, did that expire, I guess? That was back in November?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I already hit that cancel button.
Nathan, by the way, before we get back to all of that, he asked, this is probably for you, in Knoxville, why don't defensive backs mind playing in cold weather? Because corners are always 90 degrees.
I didn't know it was a dad joke at first. It kind of caught me off guard.
Did you like that setup?
I did. I guess that's the definition of a dad joke, right?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, that weather in Kansas City is going to be something stupid. Like the coldest game I've played in, it was like high single digits, low teens.
Which one was that?
It was in high school, actually.
Oh, okay.
In Alabama. And you don't want to get hit or hit anybody else when it's that cold.
What about at Tennessee? You've told me this, but would it have been the Cotton Bowl?
It was chilly that morning, but like it warmed up. We played at Kentucky one year. It was cold, but like you got the heaters on the sideline. High school, there was no heaters on the sideline like that. It's high school, man.
Mm-hmm.
High school, they creating a real bonfire, getting a solo stove and trying to generate heat. You got to use those warm hands. That's the only thing you can do in high school. But college, they got those heaters on the sideline, so it's a little bit easier. And they got the heated benches too, which they're marvelous. Andy White knows about those. My man over there at Fort Lincoln, Kingston Pike, Parkside Drive. He knows all about that. He experienced those 2022 at South Carolina.
It's a different experience.
Oh, my goodness. It's a different experience. And they're air conditioned and it's hot. So it's marvelous. I love sitting there during halftime when the teams go to locker room.
Andy probably gathered that info, got back to work on Monday, and sent some emails to Ford and Lincoln and say, "Here's how we need to upgrade the technology."
Exactly. But it's gonna be rough in Kansas City this weekend.
This from John Ewing, who covers sports history, data, things to consider in looking ahead at future games. Miami Dolphins in cold weather games since 2017. Games under 40 degrees. So you got some wiggle room to work with there. The Dolphins are 0-9, 2-7 against the spread. And this week we're looking at single digits in the temperatures, and worse when you factor in wind chill and everything that goes into it. Good luck to Tua and the Dolphins taking on the Chiefs.
Man, it's one thing to have a team from Miami playing in those temperatures, but think about your quarterback. Your quarterback ain't from South Dakota like Josh Heupel. He from warm weather. Like he grew up warm weather. Like I'm sure his winter in Alabama was the first time he really experienced some warm weather. I remember seeing Nico. His first practice at Tennessee, it was in the indoor. Josh, it was in the indoor, man. And I think they had the doors open in the indoor. And Nico was bundled up. He looked like he was shivering in the indoor. So, yeah, man, like, I just don't see the Dolphins coming out of there with a win. I just don't see it.
What is Tennessee looking at in November? They'll be at home most of the time. Got to go to Athens, which is south of here. But in 2024 in November, Kentucky, November 2nd, Mississippi State. Kentucky and Knoxville.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. It's still going to be cold. It's still going to be cold.
Yeah, it's 3 home games. Kentucky, Mississippi State, and UTEP. And then Athens, November 16th. Do have to go to Nashville to play Vandy in the season finale.
Dude, that weather 2 years ago was terrible. It was
Awful
raining
weather.
the whole time.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah. Y'all watch Nico in cold weather this year. You get it. I chuckled.
Yeah,
I chuckled first time I saw him.
Tennessee has to go to Fayetteville, but that's October 5th. Should still be okay there, right? October 5th?
I forgot when we played Arkansas my senior year, but it was cold, Josh. It was real cold. I doubt it's going to be cold October 5th, though.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, it was still summer.
So not a big weather concern, I wouldn't say.
Nah, we should be okay.
Yeah. November 2nd, maybe, but probably okay in that one against Kentucky.
I thought Casey did a pretty good job dealing with the cold temperatures from what I saw, but I only saw him when I was a freshman. He was a senior, so I wanted to see him as a freshman, see how he adapted to that cold weather the first time he played in college. Because didn't he play in the Cotton Bowl in 2000? And I'm sure it was really, really cold down there.
That game didn't go great for Tennessee.
But no. But I've heard about that bowl game being really, really cold. So good luck, guys. That's why you get paid all the big bucks. Figure it out.
Did you sleeve up in the cold weather games?
I've only wore sleeve, I want to say, once at Tennessee. Yeah, once. That's it. Yeah. The trick is Vaseline. That's what the pros do. Vaseline, I think they drink like bone broth and stuff in the locker room to warm up. Like
bone broth is taking off.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. I guess seal in the heat. There'll be some guys out there this weekend that will be sleeveless, okay? What's going to be worse is the folks that during warm-ups, they go out with no shirt on. Trying to be tough, trying to intimidate the opponent, go mess around and get themselves sick. Trying to show out.
It does help that Tyreek played in Kansas City. He's used to these kinds of settings. Star wide receiver for the Dolphins, I would think.
That's true. He should be okay.
Lance wants to know, where do peacocks go when they lose their feathers?
I don't know.
A retail store.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Richard says, speaking of Nico, Swain, you need to hook up Nico with some barbecue so he can put on some weight. He is in gains season.
Yeah, I think if y'all saw the spread over there at Smokies, you would know that they got a plan. Like they're gonna be all right. Like it is laid out. It's unbelievable. But when you think about it, it makes sense. Like think about our student athletes as horses.
Okay.
Think about them. Mr. Ed, whatever. And if you are a racing horse owner, like you're not going to give that horse some Spam and some bologna. You're going to give that horse the finest of the fine because you want that horse to perform at an optimum level. I hate to refer to our student athletes as horses, but like they kind of are. Like you're going to make sure that
thoroughbreds.
Yeah, you want to make sure they get the steaks and the scrimps. I know I said it right. All that stuff. Like you want to make sure they're taken care of. So y'all got to understand something. That spread is 5-star, and it should be.
Do they go natural, crunchy peanut butter?
I'm sure.
When I say natural, where the only
I'm
ingredient
sure it's organic. I'm sure.
Peanuts.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
And crunchy over creamy.
I'm sure the people probably prefer creamy with their smoothies and stuff like that. But Nico, all he needs to do is gain about 10 pounds. And if he doesn't, just get a little stronger or whatever. But he was able to take some hits in the bowl game, pop right back up. So that's going to happen. He's going to get stronger. Because when you're a quarterback, one of the best ways you can build on your leadership and get that respect from your teammates is in the weight room. Get in that weight room and do the same workout that everybody else is doing, they're going to respect you. So he'll hit some gains. He'll get those.
And taking a few hits. Teammates have seen him do it now in live game action. Earlier in the season, they already saw his neck get twisted, so I don't think there was any.
Everybody saw it except for the ref.
That's a good point.
The ref didn't see it.
We'll come back and invite you to be a part of the conversation. You can call or text in as we get ready for the weekend together. 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show on Josh and Swain.
We started out on AM, then added FM, then a website stream, and now we're worldwide on the Sports Animal app. Everywhere you go, the Sports Animal stream is there.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford, where my family has purchased several vehicles over the years, with 2 locations on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. Right next door to the Ted Russell Ford dealership on Kingston Pike, you'll find Ted Russell Lincoln as well. With the new Lincoln vitrine, they have taken luxury to an even higher level. This is where you go if you are looking for a Lincoln vehicle. They are the black label dealer in Tennessee. You go to Ted Russell Lincoln. They will help you find exactly what you're looking for. And I mean that literally because you can shop on the lot. They can help customize a vehicle for you as well. If you are looking for a truck, Ted Russell Ford will help you with their different options in the F-Series, Ranger, Maverick, and Super Duty lineups that they have available for you. Their different selections and different sizes of SUVs can help you find what you need. And with the pre-owned selection, they can go out and buy a vehicle. They can bring it to you at one of their dealerships. Shop where I have shopped. You can go online to tedrussellford.net, Kingston Pike, Parkside Drive, Ted Russell Ford, and Ted Russell Lincoln.
This has been a paid announcement.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. They're proud to be known for their outstanding hometown customer service. They've been doing things that way for over 60 years. Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling, and you can even shop for tires and see their current stock right from your computer or smartphone. They invite you to stop in to one of their convenient 5 locations or come see them online at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Slamdot is the highest rated, most reviewed digital marketing company in East Tennessee. Google Slamdot and check out the reviews of a locally owned and operated company that is helping businesses grow by generating more customers. Slamdot can help you reach more customers with website design and digital marketing, SEO, Google Ads, and managing your social media. Receive a free consultation up front when you connect with Slamdot. Go online to slamdot.com/Josh.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life, offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We're live on YouTube. You can watch on the 99.1 The Sports Animal YouTube page. Subscribe when you stop by there if you get a moment. Kevin in the YouTube chat asking any news on Hurd. Player we discussed 20, 30 minutes ago. No news other than the expectation remains that he will announce for Tennessee. There has been no scheduled announcement time. When Austin joined us 2 days ago, he mentioned that Lance has not really been public about this. He's not been talking that I've seen. So no news on Lance Hurd, the LSU offensive tackle transfer who is considering Tennessee and who we expect to choose Tennessee. It's just a matter of waiting for him to do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
If he had, and if something changes with a visit, we'll let you know, but there's no anticipation of him visiting anywhere this weekend. So looks like Tennessee versus Oklahoma. And again, all expectation right now is that Hurd will choose Tennessee. He was a 5-star offensive tackle in the 2023 class, spent this fall his freshman season at LSU, and will come in with 3 years of eligibility on the field remaining. His goal will to play for 2 more years and then go to the NFL. But he will have a good chance to be Tennessee's left tackle. If he comes in and stays healthy, he will be a starting tackle for Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care if he's unhealthy right now. He's a starting tackle for Tennessee the moment he commits.
So health not necessarily pending. Richard says, Hurd staying quiet makes me wonder if someone talked him into visiting this weekend. If
he's been quiet the whole time.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's not like he stopped talking. He never started.
Yeah, he never really started publicly. So, yeah, he hasn't talked, but he's talked to the right people, which would be the coaches, and he's allowed his representatives to talk to the right people for Tennessee to make sure all that stuff is ironed out as well. So, no, I wouldn't start drumming up conspiracies of why he's not talking, because he just really never talked publicly about his recruitment.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he posts on social media. His Twitter account hasn't posted anything in more than a year. No Godfather video clips or anything like that on there, so he's staying quiet.
That's an approach I can get behind. I really can. But any minute now.
No little Wayne clips.
Hopefully he doesn't do it this evening, because that would be terrible. You don't want to do it on a Friday.
Yeah, you do want to get
news dump.
You want to get some love with your announcement, right? Whether you want to be quiet or not.
Might as well wait till Monday. If you're not gonna do it now, right now, gives Josh and Swain another hour and a half to talk about it, then just don't do it, man. Just wait till Monday.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't do it over the weekend. I would do it over the weekend if I was a recruit. But he may not care. As long as that graphic says Tennessee, that's all I care about, and that may be all he cares about.
The other thing to keep up with is the roster at Alabama. While the watch is on for Alabama's search, and right now the eyes are on Seattle, Washington, let's assume they offer the job to Kalen DeBoer, as he has been considered a top candidate, and the other names are out of it. Sarkisian, Norvell, Lanning. So what happens there? But there's the roster. Isaiah Bond is going to enter the transfer portal, according to Pete Nakos of On3. Talented wide receiver, scored against the Vols, scored the game-winning touchdown against Auburn, the desperation fourth-down shot to win it in the Iron Bowl. So he is a talented player, could help a lot of teams. His name is going in the portal. Who else might? That is what a lot of schools, a lot of fan bases will be interested in. How do you think the Bama message boards are doing right now? How much F5ing and refreshing on the mouse is happening?
You hit F5 to refresh?
You don't?
I did not know
you
that.
done with that?
I just hit the refresh button. I didn't know that. They're freaking out because they got their first no. And we over here like, amateurs. Only one no, you're freaking out. Try getting rejected by Jeff Brom. What's the NC State coach name? I forgot his name already. What's your boy's name? Him. He rejects us too.
That being Dave Doran?
Him. Dave Doran. So, yeah, Bama fans probably are freaking out. Sarkisian doesn't want to come here. Mike Norvell doesn't want to come here. Wait a minute. Dan Lanning doesn't want to come here? What is going on? This is the best place on earth for college football. We invented college football. See, they're probably freaking out a little bit. I mean, this is the same group of people, Josh, that put food and drinks at a statue.
You know what I forgot? I think Chris Vanini shared this from The Athletic, covers college football. The season began with Jim Harbaugh's 3-game suspension. Remember that? He had another suspension later in the year. But the Michigan Wolverines on their first play lined up in a formation to honor Jim Harbaugh. So he pointed out the season began and it ended with people honoring coaches who they were acting as if they'd passed away. What a sport. It's unmatched.
My goodness, man. My goodness. Like someone could eat that food that's hungry.
Ben McKee stopped by. He was hungry. He wanted to know if he could pick up an item for the road trip.
So, yeah, of course they're freaking out right
now. Speaking of, do you want to address Evan's question?
What is it?
He asked us in the YouTube chat, what the heck happens when Bama calls Heupel?
He says no. That's what happens. I don't think Heupel's getting that phone call, though. So
Evan's asking this
relax.
question on a 14-year anniversary of a college football event. You can do the math and look at the date and figure out what that was. But I agree with you. Josh Heupel's not going to go to Alabama.
He's not getting a phone call either.
I don't think he is.
Yeah. Like, if you're Alabama, you have an opportunity to go out and get a coach that just appeared in the college football playoff. I mean, Dan Lanning is the only name out of the other names that have been mentioned for that job that did not reach college football playoff. And the other guy was a former assistant at Alabama, and Mike Loxley, who's at Maryland, who's getting a lot of support by foreign players and people around the program, but I don't think that it's going to get to him. So I don't think Heupel's getting that phone call.
How come Dion hasn't put out some kind of video yet? Lanning's putting one out. Sarkisian.
Because everybody know that they're not calling him unless it's to schedule a time to shoot a commercial.
Coach Prime did post on social media yesterday. It's a selfie. I look good and feel good, and if you're offended by my confidence, oh well. In 2024, I'm truly saying what I feel and feeling what I say. I think that started well before 2024.
I was about to say, so we wasn't doing that in 23?
Hey.
We were doing something different?
New year, same him.
All the coaches are putting out statements about them staying and excited they are to stay. Dion talking about Dion. Okay, man, cool. You're letting us know that you're going to be yourself this year. Thanks for the update. Cool. They're not calling Dion. But I don't want Deion anywhere near an SEC program with resources because he would create some problems for a lot of people.
I want to see a coach that would be nowhere near consideration here put out their video that they're staying. I want Napier to put out a video.
You want the Arkansas State coach to put out a video? I mean, there's one point in time where, who's the most followed coach on Twitter, and Tennessee put out a graphic about it.
No, I remember.
It's so embarrassing. Most followed coach in college football. Who cares?
It's playing the game of Jones.
I guess so. But yeah.
Remember the shoebox?
Do I remember? Yeah, I remember. So yeah, I would like to see Bill Napier put out a statement. I want to see all the coaches who are on a hot seat to put out a statement and say, maybe next year, if I get fired, I'll have opportunity. But I want to see all the fire coaches put out a statement. I think it would be hilarious.
Bama Online message threads include, please call Lane. I hate Sexton.
They seem pretty normal over there.
Lane Kiffin is tampering with Bama players on Instagram. We're off and running on a Friday afternoon. Join us, call or text in at 865-656-9900. We get ready for the weekend right here on Josh and Swain.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. You get all your Ball Network programming on 99.1 The Sports Animal. 13 hours of live and local Tennessee coverage every weekday. When it comes to game day, the Animal is championship level in breaking down the action. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the Balls like 99.1 The Sports Animal.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Former Tennessee linebacker Gerard Mayo has been named the successor to Bill Belichick as the head coach of the New England Patriots. Mayo was an All-SEC selection at Tennessee under Philip Fulmer before the Patriots drafted him 10th overall in 2008. Mayo spent his entire 8-year playing career with the Patriots and later became a member of their staff. He had served as the team's inside linebackers coach for the last 5 seasons. The Knoxville Ice Bears are in action tonight at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum as they take on the Evansville Thunderbolts. Puck drop is at 7:35. NBA games tonight at 7:30. Sixers host the Kings. Pacers visit the Hawks. The Rockets take on the Pistons. The Magic get the Heat at 8 o'clock. That's when the Grizzlies host the Clippers and the Warriors visit the Bulls. Timberwolves take on the Trailblazers and the Hornets visit the Spurs. At 9:30, the Jazz host the Raptors and the Pelicans get the Nuggets at 10 o'clock. And tomorrow, Tennessee visits Georgia in SEC play. Tip-off is at noon. Catch the game right here on 99.1 The Sports Animal. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. I was talking to my wife yesterday about plans for the upcoming weekend. On the to-do list is to go by Fort Sanders. We're going to take the kids swimming at the indoor pool. If you've checked out the weather for the next few days, next week plus, I think, coming up, it's not great. We have access to an indoor pool, though, with our membership at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. They have an indoor track, so great option for walking, jogging, running, plus everything they have to get a workout in with the space and equipment for weight training, cardio, and more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every week. Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center is a 5-star club, part of the Covenant Health family, with indoor and outdoor tennis, indoor racquetball courts, an indoor basketball court. Everything is top of the line. And when you sign up, it's month to month. No long-term contracts when you do sign up. You can start with a free 3-day trial. Stop by Kingston Pike right off Pellissippi Parkway and tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement. What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Start learning a new language today. Go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hi, I'm Susie Schuster, sportscaster, wife, and mom. My family's always on the go. So when a cold comes on strong and we need to get a good night's sleep, we trust Vicks NyQuil. NyQuil's severe honey flavor provides fast, powerful cold and flu symptom relief, and it has a dreamy, honeylicious flavor that I love. When a cold keeps you up, try NyQuil's severe honey flavor. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, honeylicious, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed and keep out of the reach of children.
There's a reason I use Stanley Fencing, and you should too. First of all, they're customer friendly. For example, Stanley Fence guarantees their gates for 2 years. And have you noticed all the new aluminum and chain link fencing at Knox County schools? Stanley Fence has worked with Knox County for over 10 years. Knowledge, experience, integrity, and appreciation is what you will get with Stanley Fence. Big enough for the large commercial jobs, but small enough to care about your backyard project. To schedule an appointment, call 865-254-3844 or go to StanleyFence.com.
This is John Wilkerson, and I'm with Whitney, co-owner of Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, voted one of Knoxville's best heating and cooling companies 7 years in a row. What's new with Pipe Wrench, Whitney?
Well, John, Pipe Wrench proudly installs and services York-branded heating and cooling systems, along with other major HVAC brands you know and trust.
In addition to installing and servicing York heating and cooling units, Whitney, how else can Pipe Wrench help folks stay warm?
Great question, John. Pipe Wrench offers maintenance and repairs on all major brands, free second opinions on repairs and replacements, and we offer free on-site estimates for replacements. We offer 0% financing on new units with approved credit and with our 10-year warranty on parts and labor. Homeowners won't have to worry about spending a cent on unexpected repairs for years to come.
Call Pipe Wrench today, 865-264-8090, or book online at pipewrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free.
The minute folks step into Dollywood, I want them to feel the wonder of my Smoky Mountains and to fill their hearts with all the good and beautiful things in this big old world, and to cherish all the little moments they get to be together.
Enjoy thrilling rides, award-winning entertainment, and delicious new seasonal flavors. Plan your visit at Dollywood.com.
Dollywood. Love every moment.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
It's a WVLT First Alert Weather Day as we are tracking rounds of storms this afternoon. Some pockets of heavy rain and those gusty winds. Gusts up to 40-plus miles per hour. Really, as we head throughout the day, we'll see highs this afternoon near about 57 degrees, dropping to 29 overnight. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
If there's intelligent life out there somewhere, there's streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal. Guaranteed. The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. One texter says Eli Drinkwitz getting mentioned. I'm not sure where, but John Gruden getting mentioned. He did get talked about.
Mentioned where? Message board?
Maybe being an NFL possibility to be back up in
NFL? John Gruden?
Yeah, Gruden.
Yeah, that'd probably be the only place you have opportunity. I think I saw where he maybe as an assistant.
Yeah, Gruden in college would just be a terrible idea.
No.
I think he would agree with that.
Gruden, NIL, transfer portal, oh, man. He would have choked one of these kids out.
Yeah.
You want what? To do what? You ain't do that? No. Get out of here.
Didn't you just get something last month?
Exactly. Whatever you do, Gruden, just don't send anybody an email about how you really feel. Keep those thoughts to yourself.
So Lewis asked, because everybody's going to be monitoring the roster. If a player is available, you'll have teams lining up to gauge interest. But Lewis asked, is Bama planning on letting recruits out of their national letter of intent if they want to leave?
Don't need Bama to do it.
If the player wants to leave,
they can leave.
They can leave.
Yeah, they don't need Alabama.
They get a 30-day window.
Yep.
New transfer portal window to open up.
Yep.
So things have changed. It's not like it was where you had to beg your way out to have a chance to go somewhere. In those days, it was beg your way out just to be on scholarship, not even to play right away. But
no, they begging you to stay.
Yeah, times have changed because I've seen that a lot. Saban timed this out to wait till they're on campus so they can't leave. They can leave. So report in the last half hour or so that Isaiah Bond, a wide receiver who's already on the team, he's played and been productive, that he plans to enter the transfer portal. There will be others. They already had some that left after the loss to Michigan. So teams will be monitoring. Teams will be watching. Teams might already out there be checking in some ways to gauge interest, knowing how college football works. But there can also be a domino. So if Kalen DeBoer leaves, as an example, then Washington's players will have a new window that opens up where they can hit the portal. If Jim Harbaugh goes to the NFL, Michigan players will have a new window that opens up to go somewhere else if they want to. So while there is this transfer portal window that opens in December, that's not it. It's a cycle that will just continue in the college football offseason.
One thing we can say, man, it's kind of like the NFL where it's never a dull moment. You have transactions, you have things that go on, you have the draft. There's events that keep your eyes on the NFL. Man, college football got the NFL beat because there's new players hitting the portal, there's coaching changes. Now, during the summer, I don't know what we're going to do, but
yeah, like the NFL regular season is over. The postseason begins this weekend. Imagine if NFL players were signing this weekend with their next teams, those that ended the season last week. It's not apples to apples, but
still,
imagine that scenario.
We like to be entertained.
Yeah.
This is why streaming services are popular. This is why the Netflix of the world and the different streaming platforms are popular, Hulu, because people want to be entertained. Well, here you are. You have entertainment. You have players from the SEC jumping into the portal and being available to whoever either is the highest bidder or the best fit.
Yeah, that's why do you like something or not like something is different than is it good or bad for whatever you're talking about. If you don't like everything that you're seeing or hearing with the transfer portal and name, image, likeness rules that have changed, you don't have to explain why to me. But is it good or bad for college football? That can be a separate conversation because the interest is very high.
It sure is, man, because I'm interested. I check the latest portal movement at least 10 times a day, at least.
Yeah. And there are some changes that concern me. We've talked about the multi-time transfer allowance right now. I don't think that's good for the sport. I don't think that's good for anybody.
No, that's not
Schools, coaches, and players. So that's something that I don't like. We had a good conversation on Monday with Richard Hendricks of the SEC Network, and he talked about long-term thinking needs to be considered more by some of the players deciding, do I transfer elsewhere or stay where I am? Totally agree. I think that can be left out of consideration too often. So it is a layered discussion, but nobody's questioning the interest level in college football or college athletics. Johnny texted in from Maryville and said, I wish Alabama did want to at least talk to Josh Heupel. It doesn't look good if they don't. I wouldn't worry about it.
There's a lot of good coaches out there that's not going to get a phone call from Josh Heupel, and that's okay.
Correct.
Like Dabo's not getting a phone call from Alabama. He won 2 national championships.
Yeah. Brian Kelly's not going to get a call. OSU's not worried about that.
Yeah, Ryan Day
not going to get a call. Ryan Day's not going to get a call.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah. If they know Josh Heupel's not going to come, they're not going to call Josh Heupel and show sincere interest.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, I disagree. Like, go back and think about when Tennessee was looking for a coach, and Danny White didn't necessarily offer anybody. He offered only the guy that took the job. That was Josh Heupel. So you don't want to be turned down. And I don't know if all these coaches that put out these statements that they're staying, I don't know if any one of them was truly offered the job.
Right.
So if you're Alabama, you don't want to reach out to Tennessee and get rejected by a Tennessee coach. Like, if Hugh Freeze was successful at Ole Miss, and I think he's going to be successful at Auburn, he could be successful at Alabama too. But Alabama's not going to try to hire the Auburn coach only to get rejected. I don't think he would be. I don't think he would reject Alabama in this case. But, like, you can't try to poach your rival coach. Like, if Ohio State was looking for a coach and Harbaugh was going to stay in Michigan, and Harbaugh was undoubtedly the number one coach in college football, Ohio State would not try to hire Harbaugh. That makes no sense.
They wouldn't try to hire James Franklin.
Yeah, there's just certain coaches you're not going to try to hire. And I think Alabama will never try to hire a Tennessee coach. Just don't see that.
What about a Tennessee coordinator?
We got to do something first. You got to win, like, at a high level.
Yeah.
To expect that. Like, we have hired their coordinators and their assistant coaches to be our head coach, but, like, that's because they won multiple championships. Josh, you're thinking a little bit far down the road. Can we just win the SEC first? Can we just play in Atlanta first before you start getting all crazy?
Dare to dream big, Jason Swain.
You are dreaming big.
We'll come back. Gerard Mayo did that. Now he's the head coach of the New England Patriots. We'll talk more about that. Tennessee basketball getting ready for an important road game, looking to bounce back this weekend in Athens against Georgia. We'll come back and invite you to be a part of the show. Call or text in at 865-656-9900. Next to VFL, Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
Is retirement on the horizon? If so, this message is for you. This is Eric Ainge with Senior Benefit Inc. And SBI, they specialize and can help with all things Medicare. Leaving your group coverage and entering the Medicare free-for-all can be frustrating. It can be confusing, and Senior Benefit knows that. Don't make the difficult decisions alone. Do it with Senior Benefit Inc. Their services are free, confidential, whether you purchase a policy or not. They accept appointments in person. Give them a call, 865-862-4298, or online at getsbi.com.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a two-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-434-3366. That's 1-800-434-3366. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-434-3366. That's 1-800-434-3366.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey & Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air Specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
The minute folks step into Dollywood in my Smoky Mountains, I want them to fill their hearts with all the beautiful things in this big old world. Dollywood, love every moment.
Plan your visit today at Dollywood.com.
To receive breaking news on the Tennessee Vols, text the word Vols to 865-656-9900. That's VOLS to 865-656-9900.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us. This is Josh and Swain. We're on social media. Give us a follow at Josh and Swain. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Check out joshandswain.com if you'd like to subscribe to the newsletter. Went out this morning every Friday, once a week. Quick read, 3 to 5 minutes to catch up on what we've been talking about during the show, during the week. joshandswain.com to subscribe. We're with you until 3 o'clock. We'll talk Tennessee basketball. The Vols have a noon tip tomorrow in Athens against Georgia, ESPN2. Dane Bradshaw will be on the call again. He was on the call for the SEC opening win. So good juju there. Tennessee looking to bounce back after the loss against Mississippi State a couple of nights ago. We'll talk about that in our final hour of the show coming up. Right now, we hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. So who else today? We hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day thanks to Native Design and Hardscape. We talked about him earlier. We'll talk about him again. VFL, Gerard Mayo, your former teammate, former Pro Bowl and All-Pro linebacker with the New England Patriots. He's been an assistant coach under Bill Belichick since retiring, and now is the head coach of the Patriots.
And there's only 32 individuals in the whole world that get a chance to be a head coach at the NFL level. And man, he's doing something not a lot of people are able to do. When you look at guys that have interviewed for head coaching jobs, not make it. I mean, Eric Bieniemy is a Super Bowl winning coordinator, still hasn't been a head coach. But Gerard Mayo, because of how he's conducted himself, carried himself, studied arguably the greatest coach in pro football history, then he's able to get a jump. And I'm so happy for him and his family. And there's been so many teammates, people here at the University of Tennessee that know him. They're so happy for him. Patriots my second team now because of Gerard Mayo, which is weird. But, hey, got support. You got to support one of your own.
Yeah, people should pull for whoever they want to, but we had a text a few days ago saying, hey, when Nico gets the NFL, I'll have another team to pull for. So there's some free agent fans out there. There might be a lot of UT fans who have not been pulling for an NFL team since Peyton retired. The Colts and the Broncos were very popular with Peyton at quarterback. You could do worse than pulling for Gerard Mayo's team. Now, I know the history there is a little funny because there was a lot of time spent pulling against the Patriots with Belichick and Brady going up against Manning in the AFC. But good for Gerard Mayo. He has a tremendous career already accomplished with what he did as a player at UT, top 10 pick, one of the top linebackers in the NFL, won a Super Bowl, has been a respected assistant coach, and now the head coach of the New England Patriots.
That's
very
so cool.
Cool story.
That's so cool. Now he needs to be one of the guests at the Tennessee Coaching Clinic events now. Make it happen. I want to know who's going to be on his staff. That is now the most interesting thing next. Who is he going to bring in as OC, defense coordinator? Who's going to be on his staff? A lot of relationships that I'm sure he has built, and he's going to hire those guys.
Probably not bringing back Matt Patricia.
As offense coordinator or defense coordinator?
At least in that role. Who knows on the defensive side?
Joe Judge, probably not going to be the offense coordinator.
Probably not. Gerard Mayo, congratulations. He's the head coach of the New England Patriots. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design and Hardscape. They are making backyard dreams come true. If you are thinking about some changes you'd like to make to your outdoor space at your home or your business, get in touch with Native Design and Hardscape. Jacob Dunaway and his team can help. You can call Native Design at 865-310-3256. You can go online to nativetn.com. It's Native Design and Hardscape, Knoxville's premier landscaping and hardscape designer. We have 1 hour to go on Josh and Swain.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
It's basketball time in Tennessee. Union Place Bar and Grill off Chambliss Avenue in Bearden is the only place to be. 24 TVs, including a 160-inch video wall in the dining room, a game room with billiards, shuffleboard, darts, golden tee, buck hunter, and video poker, and a huge outdoor courtyard perfect for tailgating with beautiful scenery, a covered area, and live music every weekend. You can't lose. Unless you don't show up. Union Place Bar and Grill off Chambliss Avenue. Follow them on Facebook for daily specials. Union Place Bar and Grill. This must be the place.
Should all the acquaintance be forgot and dirty carpets too? Tyler Ivins, I can't carry a toot in a bucket, but I can tell you if you use my name, when you schedule at Zero Res, you can start 2024 off the right way with fresh, fluffy carpets thanks to our friends at Zero Res. You can pick up the telephone and you can give them a ring, 865-816-5250, and when you mention me from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a hallway cleaned for free for just $109. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Hi, this is John with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. I buy several houses per month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosed houses. If you own a house and you want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boost. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost. Online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
This is WNML FM Friendsville, WNML AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. There is already an heir to the Mumbler's throne. In fact, come to find out, that successor apparently had been predetermined and contractually sealed a long time ago. Gerard Mayo is the new head coach of the Patriots. He becomes the new youngest head coach in the NFL, and now he has maybe the hardest job in the NFL. I'm Jim Rome.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. Grooving through this final hour before Tyler and Will take over at 3 o'clock. Happy to be with you on Josh and Swain.
I would say it was a beautiful day outside, but it's not. It's not. It's not beautiful at all. But it's a great day to have a great day, and it's Friday. So you better act like you know what to do on Friday. You smile. Celebrate. You made it through the week. If you got about 3 more hours left, then we're not talking to you.
You're knocking on that weekend door.
But we only got an hour, so.
Yeah, we do.
But it's Friday. It's Friday, man. Start the year off. Is it just me, or a lot been going on to start 2024?
It's been active.
It's been busy.
We're less than 12 full days into the new year.
I can't keep up, man. It has been.
It's moving quickly.
Busy. A lot going on. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up at this rate, at this pace. Like Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, Bill Belichick all stepped down within 48 hours.
Pete Carroll should have gotten more love a couple of days ago, but he wasn't going to get it because you have the Nick Saban news, there was the speculation, and then the official news with Bill Belichick. Carroll is a guy who, don't forget, has a national championship in college football, multiple, and a Super Bowl ring as a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, what's going to happen this weekend?
I don't know. Craziness on the field in football, I have a feeling.
Oh, there's going to be some craziness.
Weird weather weekend with the Steelers Buffalo Bills game and then the Chiefs Dolphins. Tennessee basketball against Georgia is of local interest with the Vols playing in Athens before getting ready for Florida, which will be another big game. So how Tennessee responds, my guess is the super seniors bounce back and play better than we saw 2 nights ago. Josiah Jordan-James and Santiago Vescovi did not have good nights.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Which underdog this weekend, because it's wild card weekend, Josh.
Yeah.
It's one of the best weekends of the year. We get football all weekend.
Yep.
Saturday and Sunday. Saturday starting at 4:30. It's going to feel like a college football game or college football weekend. Saturday, 4:30, all the way till Monday. Eagles play the Bucks. Which underdog do you think has the best chance of advancing?
The Rams. I don't know if he's listening right now. He listens regularly. A shout-out to Steven who messaged us. We did our top 5 contenders for the Super Bowl 2 days ago, I think, to close out the show. Neither one of us had the Lions on the list. He's a big Lions fan, big Michigan sports fan, so he's been celebrating all week long with the Wolverines winning, but sent us a message and said, you guys mispronounced Detroit Lions because neither one of us had them on the list. I kind of like the Rams this weekend. Now, I saw this earlier. Tell me what you make of it.
Matthew Stafford's going to throw multiple picks. You know that, right?
You think so?
He throws multiple picks all the time.
But he also might throw multiple touchdowns.
He's going to throw a pick
Cooper.
6.
Oh, a pick 6. Well, that's a big call. Anybody can throw an interception.
Well, he always throws pick 6s, man.
Is he going to throw a pick 6 to somebody who wears number 1? You calling a Cameron Sutton interception return for a touchdown? He still has those return skills.
VFL.
It's a big VFL weekend.
That's right. We got momentum, man. We got big momentum. Jeremy Pruitt was right. The decade of the Vols, man. Decade of the Vols. It's Nico time. Gerard Mayo's a head coach. Cam Sutton gonna seal the deal versus a dog.
Okay, so you're against my pick. Then what's yours? Underdog with a chance to advance.
Oh, well, I mean, I thought I was just asking you the question. I didn't think I would have to answer it.
Hot seat time. Any interest in the Buccaneers? Baker Mayfield. Monday night against the reeling Eagles. A.J. Brown hurt. Finger issue for Jalen Hurts.
Looks good, man. Looks good for the Bucs.
It's in Tampa. They won the division, so they get to host.
That's embarrassing if you're the Eagles.
It'd be a bad finish.
They
might make a change with Sirianni.
Since you picked the Rams, I'm going to choose between the Texans and the Packers. What's so funny? I didn't tell a dad joke.
No, the pick's not funny. The idea of the Packers knocking off the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I mean this is the playoffs. You know how Cowboys they play a little different. They always lose a round before they're supposed to. So those are kind of the ones I'm looking out for.
I do want to include this because I think context matters and background matters. As my pick is the Rams over the Lions, my only hesitation is seeing this earlier today. The last time the Lions won a playoff game, the moon was a waxing crescent. The moon on Sunday will be a waxing crescent.
That's not why they're going to win, Josh. They're not going to win because of that. They're going to win because Cam Sutton's going to pick off Matthew Stafford. And he's going to take it to the house. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, well, if the Lions do pull off the win, they are favored. You all can decide whose analysis was more important to the game. Cameron Sutton's ability to defend out there on the corner or the waxing crescent.
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Yep.
Like Vicky Valancourt from Waterboy. I think that's her name. That's what's going to happen, Josh. It's going to happen. Cam Sutton's picking off Matthew Stafford, taking it to the house. It's the decade of the Vols.
Vols are back?
Vols are back. Going to take a little bite out of everybody's buttocks. That's right.
Hey.
Shout out to Coach Fulmer.
Yeah. He said it.
Cam
he called him too.
Cam was rolling. You got to have your head on the swivel, Coach.
By the way, it's a wonderful soundbite.
Man, I heard that. I saw that video. I was like, Coach had no idea that video was rolling.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Perfect pause right after the Vols are back.
Welcome to technology, the age of technology, Coach. You got to keep your head on the swivel. Cameras are rolling. Nothing is off the record.
The schedule, by the way, 4:30 tomorrow, Browns-Texans. Dolphins-Chiefs tomorrow night. Peacock.
I'll be checking the score.
1 o'clock Sunday, Steelers versus the Bills in Buffalo. 4:30, prime spot there on Fox. Packers and Cowboys. Ratings will probably be impressive. And then Sunday night, Lions-Rams in Detroit. Monday night, Buccaneers-Eagles. Remember, it's a 3-day weekend for the NFL.
I give the Steelers the worst chances of winning this weekend.
Yeah, I don't like their chances either. The weather and the Bills' ability to get themselves behind when they shouldn't, and the Steelers' ability to just pull things off that they shouldn't. That would be my only hesitation. But the Bills should be better. They're 10-point favorites in the game.
The Steelers feel like a 16 seed. They just won the Patriot League championship. Congratulations, you got into the playoffs. Guess what? You got to play a 1 seed.
All right, UMBC, let's see what you got.
Good job making it to the playoffs. I'm a big Mike Tomlin fan. But I just don't see them even covering this game.
We had a question in the text box. I will do my best to restate this because it's a reasonable question. I think a lot of people are confused. It's tough to keep up with in college football. Joe in Rochester, Pennsylvania asked, how are these kids still entering the transfer portal? Isaiah Bond going into the portal. Pete Thamel confirmed his paperwork is in. Hasn't the window closed? There's a new window that opens when the head coach leaves.
Yeah.
So with Saban announcing his retirement and a vacancy opening, they can enter. So if another college head coach takes the Alabama job, that school's transfer portal window will reopen. If Jim Harbaugh goes to the NFL, Michigan's window will reopen. So, yes, there is that window for everybody, but that also moves based on when your final game of the season is. Like Tennessee's window was later than other teams because Tennessee played in a New Year's Day bowl game. So it's a 30-day window, except for the other windows that also exist.
That should always be available to players. Like anytime the coach leaves, they should always be allowed to leave and hit the portal. I don't care if they transferred once already, because you're signing up to play for that coach. And what if that school hires a trash coach? You got to be stuck playing for a coach that's not good. Like that, nobody wants that. That's not a good deal for anybody. So players should be able to leave if a coach leaves too.
Yeah. Now, there is the post-spring window as well.
Yep.
But if you want to transfer within the conference, so I guess I haven't actually seen this. I'm making an assumption. Tell me if you know that I'm wrong. But so an Alabama player can transfer to an SEC school in this window because this would apply to the winter window.
That's
the difference.
Yeah, that's what
After
I saw.
spring, if a Tennessee player wants to transfer to another SEC school or an SEC player wants to transfer to Tennessee, they would not be able to do that and play this upcoming year in the spring window. So these windows that are opening now apply to the winter December window.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. It's confusing.
We are asked who has to reach out to whom in this process.
If he's in the portal and he has his number on there and he wants to be contacted, then anybody can contact him. Some guys in the portal and they put do not contact. Which, why are you in the portal?
Right.
We know why you're in the portal, because you're trying to
Yeah.
leverage, get more money. But that's silly. Like, would you want to be in the portal and talking to other people so that way your current team can have that FOMO kicking in, that fear of loss, and come to the table with more money? Like, I don't understand why you would have do not contact, unless you already know where you're going.
Can you provide your agent's info in the
Yeah,
database?
yeah. You don't have to tweet it out to contact your agent. You just put it right there inside of the portal profile. But that's funny to me. Players that put do not contact, that means you know where you're going, and that would mean there was some tampering going on.
But that's against the rules.
It is. Why would anybody want to break the rules?
I don't think that they would. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Any questions you might have, send them in. Mike, with this note for Swain, it seems like I only get sick Monday through Friday. I must have a weakened immune system.
All right now. That's
Mike's
good.
getting ready.
That's good.
Saturday is near. We continue on this Friday afternoon on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
It's a new year, 2024, and Low T Center can help you make it a great one. If you've been feeling some of the symptoms that are associated with low testosterone levels, like being tired, grumpy, noticing lack of motivation and drive, weight gain, loss of muscle mass, it's time to give Low T Center a call. Time to go to their website. They make it easy for you to get your levels checked. Simple blood tests. And with their on-site lab, you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. See, Low T Center is not like your typical doctor's office. It's concierge medicine for men. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone and have been treating men for years with most health insurance accepted. And they have affordable and convenient treatment options, including physician-monitored, self-inject treatments that ship directly to your home each month. So there's no need for you to drive to the center for those weekly visits. Not right now, but right now at Low T Center. It's just $25 to get your T level tested. Make your health and quality of life a priority. Make it a great year. Go to the website, lowtcenter.com, to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com.
This has been a paid announcement. A farm, a family, and a tradition of premium fresh sausage that's lasted almost a century. Using only the freshest ingredients and finest cuts of meat for flavor that is locked in instantly. Each bite of Swaggerty's Farm sausage transports you back to a warm, cozy southern kitchen, leaving you satisfied and ready to take on the day. Swaggerty's Farm, quite possibly the best tasting sausage in America. Now available at your local retailers.
Where do you want to go for dinner?
I don't know. Where do you want to go?
It's up to you. You pick.
I picked last time.
Well, I don't care. Where do you want to go?
If you've ever been to Big Kahuna Wings, you know that conversation will never happen. When you pick Big Kahuna Wings, you're in for good times and great food. Guaranteed. Order online at bkwings.com or swing by our Farragut or Westtown location. Big Kahuna Wings. The wings that changed it all.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, East Tennessee, I wanted to say thanks for making Oak Ridge Nissan East Tennessee's #1 volume Nissan dealer in 2023 again. And now it's time for our Fresh Start sales event. Start your 2024 in a brand new Oak Ridge Nissan. We've got Nissan Sentras for $239 a month or Nissan Kicks for $289 a month. Or how about a Nissan Altima starting at $23,995? Or up to $12,000 off dealer price on new Nissan.
You like New Year's resolutions?
Well, how about something that actually works? Like up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay off your trade no matter what you owe. If you've had a few bumps in the road, slow credit, bad credit, even recent bankruptcy, no problem. Everybody rides at Oak Ridge Nissan. I said everybody. So make that 10-minute drive to save thousands of dollars during Oak Ridge Nissan's Fresh Start sales event. Because everyone knows fresh is healthier. And that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Skincare is self-care, and with daily beauty steals of 50% off during Ulta Beauty's Love Your Skin event, I can find everything I need to make loving my skin a daily practice, from brands like Osea, Lancome, and Tula. And I can shop weekly skin and wellness deals of 30% off more must-have brands. Plus, see what's new from brands like Bubble and in select stores, Sol de Janeiro and Ulla Henriksen. Hurry, event ends January 20th. Shop in store, online, or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste. Because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey. Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Sports Animal Stream now has streaming-only giveaways. Listen daily to The Sports Animal Stream for keywords to text in for a chance to win. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us on this Friday afternoon. However you are listening to the show or watching the show, you can watch on YouTube today. We're live on 99.1 The Sports Animal, as we always are. And this week began simulcasting with AM 640, The Sports Monster in the Tri-Cities area. We appreciate you hanging out with us today, each day with you from 12 until 3. Joe with a follow-up. I'm doing my best to keep up as well. It said, well, wait a minute. Texas Tech and Florida State players have just entered the transfer portal in the last 24 hours or so. They are grad transfers, so that is different than an undergrad transfer who has a different kind of window, to the best of our understanding.
Yep.
So should offer that clarification. Very good follow-up, Joe. Thank you for that question as well. If it sounds like it's too much to keep up with, sure is. But there is a difference in grad transfer and undergrad transfer, I believe, in terms of the windows. Right now, based on the ruling in court a few weeks ago, there is no restriction on how many times you can transfer and play right away. I'm not sure that I know how Juwan Mitchell left Tennessee to go to Arizona State and then left Arizona State to go to Colorado and was able to play immediately at Colorado, other than he appeared to get dismissed at Arizona State, so that might have helped his case because he couldn't play at Arizona State. Yep. Meanwhile, at the same time, North Carolina had a receiver who was looking for eligibility, and everybody was saying, yeah, let him play, including his former school, I believe, and he ended up not getting cleared to play until midseason.
Yeah, that's a loophole right there. Like, I would rather coach just kick me off the team than me entering the portal to go to a new school to skate around the one-time transfer rule. But now it doesn't matter. You can transfer as many times you want to, at least for now. But yeah, that was a loophole right there. Somebody dropped the ball, didn't think that one through when they created that rule.
It's a complicated system, to say the least. Jackie asked, do you guys think that sometimes Santi and Triple J, Josiah Jordan-James, are a hindrance to us on occasions? I know why you play them. It just seems they hurt us more than help us, especially in big games. The other night was no good, but Santi's a two-time All-SEC guy. I think over the course of this season, from start to this past Tuesday, you can make a case Josiah's been the best player on the team. Dalton in stretches has been their best scorer. What Zakai is doing right now is high level. Same for Jonas, the way he played against Ole Miss. But Josiah Jordan-James has had a terrific season. He had a bad night. Was 1 of 8 shooting against Mississippi State. But Josiah is very important for what Tennessee is able to do at its best. And then Santi has proven what he can do.
I think with any sport at the collegiate level, when you have pro players on your team, they increase your chances to win. I'm not saying Santi and Josiah Jordan-James are NBA players, but they are pro basketball players. Tennessee, we saw the difference in having pro football players and not having pro football players, 2002 versus 2003 season. They just had an off scoring night. You have to look at both sides of the court when you're judging a basketball performance. Santi was good on defense. Josiah was pretty good on defense. Santi was really, really good in the full court man-to-man situations. But basketball is more than just putting the ball in the hoop. It's defense, rebounding, setting screens, getting 50-50 balls. There's so many different ways you can impact the game in a positive way than just scoring and put the ball in the hoop. And Josiah has been doing these things well and been showing his value even before this year. Now that he's healthy, he's been better putting the ball in the hoop, but he's always brought that value to this basketball team. I expect both guys to bounce back this weekend and look a whole lot better than they did offensively versus Mississippi State. What you can't happen is have those guys play better and then have Dalton Connect or Z have a bad game. I don't think Connect and Z will have the same type of offensive production and scoring output, because that means you're probably going to score 100 points, and I don't see that happening. So I don't expect Z and Dalton Connect to have the same offensive performance, but what you can't have is those guys have a bad offensive performance. So you need everyone to have pretty good offensive performance. You can't have two of your main guys to have off nights.
Well, and especially in that situation, they needed their veterans to step up in that spot when Adu and a Walker in foul trouble, and you're not able to get some of the production you hoped from Adu, considering how he had just played. They needed somebody else to emerge. Connect did that in the second half.
He did.
Your pick to score 20 was Zakai. He came out on fire to try to get there.
I forgot about that.
I ended up going with Adu. Do you remember before that, though, I said, I want to pick either Josiah or Dalton. I wish I had picked Dalton because he ended up scoring 28. Glad I didn't pick Josiah because that really would have looked like a bad pick. But you can't have no shows offensively.
No, you can't have that.
If they had been able to provide something, they probably win the game, but they didn't. It's not done, but it looks like it's about to be done. Pete Thamel of ESPN reporting that Kalen DeBoer and Alabama are negotiating a contract for him to replace Nick Saban right now. So not done, but they are negotiating a contract, according to Pete Thamel of ESPN. Mark Schleybaugh, Chris Lowe reporting as well. Chris Lowe joined us yesterday.
All right. SEC fans, get your anti-DeBoer comments. Get them ready for that poster. Kalen DeBoer is now SEC public enemy number one.
There you go. If you go to ESPN.com, you will see the story right now, the byline from Chris Lowe and Mark Schleybaugh. Alabama and Kalen DeBoer from Washington. Negotiating contract for him to take over the Crimson Tide. So not finalized, but they're in the process of working on that.
Yeah, Nick Saban was like, I tried to hire your offense coordinator. He told me no. You know what I'll do? I'll just retire and help Alabama hire the head coach, and then he can bring the offense coordinator. Pretty slick move by Nick Saban.
Thamel reports Washington's AD has made an aggressive pitch to keep DeBoer with a new contract that would make him one of the 10 highest-paid coaches in the FBS and more than double his current annual salary of $4.2 million. DeBoer would owe Washington a $12 million buyout if he leaves. But the thing is, for Alabama, money's not going to be an issue. If DeBoer's their guy, they're not going to lose out on him because of money.
Yeah, they print money.
Yeah.
Bama, thanks to Nick Saban.
So that doesn't surprise me to hear that Washington's doing whatever it can to try to keep him. They should.
I mean, he just had him in the title game.
I just wouldn't expect that that's why he will stay, because the money will be there wherever he goes. So we'll see if it gets done, but they're negotiating right now. Chris Lowe, Mark Schlabach, Pete Thamel of ESPN reporting on the story. The story online right now, ESPN.com. Mark Schlabach, Chris Lowe saying that they are negotiating a contract right now.
Excuse me while I check out the Washington Husky offensive line depth chart, see who's might be available.
Total curiosity, simply.
Oh, a couple juniors on here. I mean, this is the offensive line that won the Joe Moore Award.
That they did. How's the interior in terms of eligibility?
Oh, I got a redshirt junior. What's on this offensive line? He's from Washington. That might be tough. Yeah, do a little scouting. Ooh, they got a redshirt freshman, right guard. Ooh, I mean, he's not in the portal or anything.
In the text box, Brian says, Kalen DeBoring. Am I right?
We on to something now. We on to something. Ooh, they got a redshirt sophomore. He's a tackle.
Cameron says, bring him on. The dude is a good coach, but I'm completely cool with the hire.
Oh, this dude, he's from Colorado, so a little bit closer to the east. Are you judging me? Are you judging me right now, Josh Ward? I'm over here hypothetically poaching Washington players.
Two things. One, yes, I am judging you. Two, I'm also combing through to see what other jokes are coming through the text box. So we're both selfishly spending time live on air.
Let's go.
Taking care of our own interests.
Some of those guys are probably going to follow DeBoer.
Probably so.
Yeah. But if you're mad at DeBoer for leaving you, there's only one way to get back at him. Come to Tennessee. I don't even know if we got space. But that's not my problem. That's Tennessee's problem to figure out.
How come you just opened your Twitter DM inbox?
Interviewing purposes.
We'll come back on Josh and Swain. There's the update. Alabama and Washington's coach, Kalen DeBoer. Your media.
I'm media.
You can't tamper.
That's right. I'm media. I want to do an interview. How does it feel to lose your coach? Working on the story, Josh. I'm media. I'm on the credential list for media at Tennessee. I got proof. I'm media.
We'll continue with two media members confirmed. That's some breaking news on this show. Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ford. Alabama and Kalen DeBoer negotiating a contract right now. We'll come back. Thanks for being with us as we continue on 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Former Tennessee linebacker Gerard Mayo has been named the successor to Bill Belichick as the head coach of the New England Patriots. Mayo was an All-SEC selection at Tennessee under Philip Fulmer before the Patriots drafted him 10th overall in 2008. Mayo spent his entire 8-year playing career with the Patriots and later became a member of their staff. He had served as the team's inside linebackers coach for the last 5 seasons. The Knoxville Ice Bears are in action tonight at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum as they take on the Evansville Thunderbolts. Puck drop is at 7:35. NBA games tonight at 7:30. Sixers host the Kings. Pacers visit the Hawks. The Rockets take on the Pistons. The Magic get the Heat at 8 o'clock. That's when the Grizzlies host the Clippers and the Warriors visit the Bulls. Timberwolves take on the Trailblazers and the Hornets visit the Spurs. At 9:30, the Jazz host the Raptors and the Pelicans get the Nuggets at 10 o'clock. And tomorrow, Tennessee visits Georgia in SEC play. Tip-off is at noon. Catch the game right here on 99.1 The Sports Animal. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. I hope you don't run into a plumbing issue. But if you look into the weather that's happening right now and it's coming up over the next week plus, freezing temperatures are coming, seriously freezing temperatures. If you run into an issue, if you have a frozen pipe or a pipe that bursts, they will have crews ready to respond if you need help at Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They can also help you get out in front of any issue that could occur. With preventative maintenance, they can help assess problems that could occur. They can come up with a solution that can include insulating pipes, handling some outside plumbing that may need a little bit of protection. They can identify risk and help you get out in front of it at Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They have a great team that is always focused on great customer service. We've used Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home. That's who we call if we run into an issue. Call Wilson Brothers Plumbing if you need them at 865-415-1537. You can go online to wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
And just like that, it's 2024. The new year always comes so fast. The older I get, the simpler my resolutions are. Spending time with family, planning for retirement. But this year, I added protect it all to the list. When my best friend suddenly lost her husband and seeing what her family went through, I realized how important life insurance is. We weren't covered, so I went to selectquote.com. And in minutes, we had quotes from multiple carriers. Then, an experienced licensed insurance agent helped us find the right coverage for our budget. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. The holidays were for family, but the new year, it's for protecting them.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-280-8787 or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, Volunteer fans! Score big savings this basketball season at Zips Car Wash with Volunteer $10 Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, head to a nearby Zips Car Wash and use code 2023 for ceramic shine and protection for just $10. Best of all, vacuums, towels, and spray cleaners are always included. Zips Car Wash has 20 convenient locations across Knoxville. Visit zipscarwash.com to find a location near you. Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Swipe left, swipe right. Dating has become very impersonal. But if one of those swipe rights has led you to the right person, I would like to invite you to stop by TK Wheeler Jewelers for a very personal visit. You'll find a gorgeous selection of engagement rings and bridal sets that you can actually try on before you decide. Bring the person you swiped right to TK Wheeler Jewelers today. One woman, one diamond, one place to go. TK Wheeler Jewelers in Oak Ridge next to Outback.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
This afternoon, we are tracking pockets of heavy rain, isolated stronger storms, and those gusty winds. We got gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour widespread, really throughout the majority of the afternoon and into those evening hours. We'll see those highs near 57 degrees, cooling off to 29 overnight. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Rebuild your family, regain your freedom, renew your life. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain as we continue the conversation heading into the weekend. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you're getting ready for a big weekend. Appreciate all the interaction. A lot of good chatter. Chip, by the way, noting in the text box, Swain sounds like Nelson from Jackson. Swain, just curious on personnel, which happens to line up along the line of scrimmage, a position that Tennessee is looking to address in the transfer portal.
You know what Chip sounds like? A hater. That's what Chip sounds like. Chip sounds like someone that has a problem with me giving my all for Tennessee. Chip, you need to get in line.
Well, as Taylor said famously, Taylor getting ready for a big football weekend, Chiefs game, probably be bundled up. Haters are going to hate.
Taylor, she ain't playing.
She's not, but many have argued that she has been impactful on the Chiefs season.
Well, that's probably right.
Not necessarily in a positive way.
I remember when Kirby Smart was hired.
And by the way, for those just jumping on, the report in the last 20 minutes or so from ESPN, Chris Lowe, Mark Schlabach, Pete Thamel, Alabama is currently negotiating a contract with Washington coach Kalen DeBoer. So it's not finalized. But if they are at this stage, there's a good chance DeBoer is going to become Alabama's coach.
Yeah, I remember when Kirby Smart was hired, and there were SEC fans telling themselves how it was going to be a bad hire and making fun of the hire. And I remember telling one of my friends, I was like, I don't know, man, dude's ready to be a head coach. He's learned from the best. I think he's going to win there. And then the rest was history. And you know, I know there's some SC fans that are looking at cutting the DeBoer hire and going, you know, he doesn't strike fear in my eyes, and he won't be successful because, like, I got one message from Volin Birmingham on Twitter stating that he didn't have SEC ties. You don't need SEC ties as a head coach. Urban Meyer didn't have any ties to the SEC when he went from Utah to Florida and won multiple championships. Sarkisian is a West Coast guy who got the opportunity to be the Texas coach while being offensive coordinator at Alabama. And there's nothing more different than the West Coast than Texas and Austin. So it doesn't really matter. Like, Dan Lanning went from Atlanta to Oregon, like crisscross the whole globe, or the whole country. As long as you have a staff that you put together that have those ties, and quite frankly, like, you're recruiting nationally anyways, and you got NIL. So I mean, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Those same things that used to matter 20 years ago about not having ties to a particular region, they just don't matter as much. He won't be Nick Saban, but he's still good. Like, he's still a really good coach. And I didn't expect Alabama to not hire a good coach. I'm just glad that they don't have Nick Saban anymore.
Yeah, if you're looking at it from the perspective of bring it on because it's not Saban, okay, fine.
That's what I meant.
But don't look at it as bring it on because he's not good or built for the job. I mean, maybe he won't succeed. We'll find out if he's the guy, Kalen DeBoer. But unless they hired Kirby, which was not on the table, we would say that about any coach that would be hired to replace Nick Saban. We would say, well, he's not Saban. It's a drop-off.
Kirby ain't Nick Saban.
No, but if he were to step in there, he is built like and runs his program like Saban.
Okay, gotcha.
Talent accumulation, all that stuff.
All right.
Georgia looks like Bama has looked. But the record for Kalen DeBoer, he won 4 NAIA national titles with Sioux Falls. I recognize it's not as high of a level. He took over Fresno State had them 9-3 by year 2, jumped to Washington, went 11-2 and 14-1, played for a national title. He's one of the most respected offensive coaches and just coaches in general. He's really good. It's a really good hire. Will he win national titles? How will he deal with the scrutiny, the pressure of replacing Nick Saban? I don't know. That is a huge task. But he also recognizes that comes with the job if he takes it.
Do not underestimate your opponent.
Yes.
Like, if you're looking at Alabama and going, oh, man, they hired Kalen DeBoer. Oh, yeah, we got it good now. Imagine if, like, staff members around the SEC did that. Oh, they hired Kalen DeBoer. We got it good now. As a fan, is that what you want them to say? Do you want them to react that way? Or you do want them to say, oh, man, we better get on it? Because he's going to come in with some energy. They're going to make sure that he's successful. We better go recruit. We better get after it even more. That's what I want my coaches to say. Like, I want my coaches over here in Tennessee going, yo, we got to turn it up. It ain't time to turn it down. It's time to turn it up. So he's no Nick Saban, but he's good, man. And if you didn't follow Washington, don't look at that championship game and just judge him as someone that's not good just because his team got beat. Like, he got there, beating really good teams in the process. Like, you beat Oregon twice. You handle business against Texas. I mean, they're good football team. And dude is a winner. He's been a winner everywhere he's been. So this is the time to turn it up, man, if you're Tennessee.
Is Tim Banks on like an SEC defensive coordinator group text? Do you think he texted those guys? Pete Golding and Baker just got hired at LSU and shared Brian's text. Kalen DeBoring, am I right? You think that's going around the SEC group chat right now?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's time to get these jokes off. Here's something to think about, too.
Okay.
Kalen DeBoer has a staff at Washington. Nick Saban, year in and year out, attracts the best assistant coaches in the country. The best young assistant coaches are currently on his staff. You can't have both staff. So who's coming, who's going? Robert Gillespie's on that staff as a running backs coach at Alabama. Mm-hmm. Some of them dudes at Washington, they're not coming. Some of them may not want to come. Some of those guys at Alabama are not going to be retained. Some of them will be. So, like, seeing how he mixes the two staff once he is officially the coach at Alabama is going to be something to, take notice.
Yeah, the OC, Ryan Grubb, has been with DeBoer for a long time.
Oh, he's going to be the OC.
I do wonder, would he have a shot at becoming the head coach with Washington elevating him? I wonder that. But if not, the guy that Saban tried to hire will be hired by Kalen DeBoer. He'll be coming if he doesn't get the head job.
Yeah, if you watch him, you probably make him the head coach.
Yeah, I don't know that, but that would be
that'd probably be the best.
I'm sure he's on the list.
Because you don't want to lose him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to lose him. You make him a head coach, and then you kind of figure it out from there.
So we'll see what happens, but the reporting right now, Alabama's negotiating a contract with Washington's coach, Kalen DeBoer. We have a final segment of Josh and Swain coming up, the Power Poll, to get you ready for what to watch this weekend next here on Josh and Swain.
The National Baseball Federation, the oldest-running amateur baseball organization in the country, has reached an agreement to make Christenberry Park the home baseball complex of the NABF. Christenberry Park will host sanctioned tournaments for all age groups from 6 and under to 18 and under and girls softball beginning in March 2024 on turf. For more details and to sign up your team, text the word BAT, that's B-A-T, to 865-656-9900. Text BAT to 656-9900.
Danny B here. Join us every Saturday morning on The Sports Animal. Visit us at dbwins.com and call our free pick hotline, 877-828-0120. That's 877-828-0120.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-5555. $3,999.
Keith Powell Heating and Cooling is giving you a free furnace with a purchase of a Lennox Complete HVAC system. Special financing deals and rebates up to $1,500 until February 8th, 2024. Details at KeithPowellHVAC.com or call at 865-483-9223.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
I wish I could get this stupid jar open. Jars can be tough, am I right? Who are you? And how'd you get in my kitchen?
It's me, Flo, and I'm here to grant your wish of easily switching to Progressive and helping you get a discount that honors the time spent with your previous insurer.
Great, but what does that have to do with getting this jar open?
Nothing.
So you can't open this?
Oh, I just do insurance. Jars, I leave to the professionals.
Sign up for Progressive and opt into more savings. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
How's that New Year's resolution going? If you're having trouble getting motivated, now's the perfect time to discover Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. First, go to FSHFC.com and get a free 3-day trial membership. Yes, free. Try firsthand all the features Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center has to offer. Free weights, resistance equipment, including a line of plate-loaded equipment from Hammer Strength, an indoor heated pool, over 85 group fitness classes, a new renovated indoor basketball court, racquetball, tennis courts inside and out, a running track, kickboxing, pickleball, and Fort Sanders has complimentary child care with a family membership and fitness programs just for kids. Plus, Fort Sanders is month to month with no long-term contracts. Give that New Year's resolution an extra boost right now. Experience the difference at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center at the corner of Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike, online at FSHFC.com or call 531-5000. Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center, where the little extras make a big difference.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
One dime down.
At Old Ben Franklin Mitsubishi in Oak Ridge. At Old Ben Franklin Mitsubishi
In Oak Ridge.
For details, go to oldbenfranklinmitsubishi.com. oldbenfranklinmitsubishi.com.
See dealer for terms and conditions.
Is there anything more fun than streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal?
Better answer that very carefully.
I'll take that as an answer of at least one thing.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. I'm sure everybody tuning in is looking for Ohio State news as well, but their big-time edge, JTT, he's coming back. According to Dane Brugler, he is the 6th Ohio State player who was in the projected top 100 for the NFL draft, coming back for the 24 season.
Josh, I don't care.
Well, that's important news. If Tennessee's going to be in the playoff, they might have to face some of those guys. Tennessee's planning to be there, right?
You know what? I respect you trying to turn it back and make it Tennessee-centric.
Yeah, Ohio State is a projected Tennessee opponent for the 24 season.
There you go, Josh. There you go. That's how you recover. Good recovery. You got beat up the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
You got back into play, broke up the ball. Incomplete pass. Good job, Josh.
Yep.
Because I didn't give two you know what's about Ohio State player coming back.
You like that 63 effort?
That was pretty good, man. That was pretty good.
Hey, Tyler and Will take over coming up at 3 o'clock. If you want to go back and listen, search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcast. We've had a lot of fun. We have been busy this afternoon. Final item on the agenda list, we hit the power poll. What to watch this weekend? The Power Poll presented by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. Swain, what's on your list? Items you'll be watching this weekend.
Number 5, Oklahoma Sooners, Kansas Jayhawks, 2 top 10 teams facing off college basketball. Number 4, Green Bay, Dallas. Hey, man, 2 prestigious NFL organizations facing off, man. Number 3, the return.
Just number 4? Okay.
Just number 4. The return. You're being rude, man. Don't interrupt me. Number 3, the return of Matthew Stafford to Detroit. Number 2, the return of Tyreek Hill to Kansas City. Number 2, Miami Chiefs. And number 1, you already know what time it is. How about them Vols? How about them Vols? Gonna be in them orange britches on the road again, playing against Georgia.
They do have a 7-foot, 275-pound big man.
Oh, Lord.
Not quite as gifted as some of the other big men that they face.
Okay, we're good then.
He does play minutes, 20-plus, typically. Be prepared, Tennessee. You ragged on me. I didn't have Tennessee in my top 5 last week. I do today at number 5, Tennessee, Georgia. And then I go football heavy. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Things could get weird, so I'm putting it at number 4. Number 3, Detroit and the anticipated pick 6 from Cam Sutton against the LA Rams.
It's happening.
Even though I picked the Rams. Number 2, Packers, Cowboys. Number 1, it might be like 9-6, but it'll be interesting. Chiefs, Miami. Tyreek back at his old stomping grounds. That's the Power Poll to close out the show. What to watch this weekend, presented by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, your less red tape banking alternative. Have yourself a fun and safe weekend. We'll see you at noon on Monday on Josh and Swain.
How wrestling really works and how you get the ratings. Eric Bischoff and Conrad Thompson explain on 83 Weeks.
I mean, I dig Jey Uso.